Hi YouTube, today I'm going to show you some of my old Nokias. These are the Nokia 2010 from 1994. Now these phones actually work still. I'm going to show you one of them. So let's grab this one here. So let's see what we've got. Got the charger, got the phone, got the battery. So first of all, the charger. When I was a kid, I remembered that Nokia's had a big charging pin, but I didn't realize there were 3 versions of Nokia Chargers. I only thought there were 2. But there's 3. There's the really old one, which what this uses, which, if you have a look there, is right way up, 12 volt, 780 milliamp. And then there's the other one that came out with the newer phones that had a very similar looking pin, but even though the pin looked similar, it was, I think, 3 volt or 5 volt. And then there was the exact same charger but with an even smaller pin. So this is actually a 12 volt charger. Here we have the battery. Now this phone had 2 batteries available that I can tell. There was this big one and a thinner one. The thinner one would be flush with the phone, the bigger one sticks up a bit. Now this battery was completely wrecked when I got the phone, so I've pried open the case, taken out the cells. Now the cells inside, there were 5 1.2 volt nickel metal hydrate cells. So I was able to very easily get some AA nickel metal hydrate chargeable batteries, which are 1.2 volt, solder them on the same, connect them up to the terminals here, and this battery now works, holds the charge, can be charged by the phone, works perfectly. Now this is a GSM phone that runs on the 900 megahertz frequency. So you can see the line here. This phone used to take a full credit card sized SIM card. Now if you've ever got a new SIM card and wondered why the little SIM card gets pushed out of this big bit of plastic, that's because this thing takes the entire bit of plastic. Now over here, we've got the SIM card out of my iPhone 6. This is what came with the iPhone. It's a 4G SIM card with Telstra, and this will work in this phone. So what we have to do is line up the contacts. Let's focus. Line up the contacts with the board here. Now, if I wanted to, I could get a prepaid SIM card, just not pop it out of the plastic card and slot the whole card in nice and easy. But since this obviously works and I use it with my iPhone, I'm going to show you with this SIM card. So we'll line it up, and this is a bit hard to do one-handed, but we'll line it up with the contacts there. And then we'll put a little bit of tape on. Now hopefully that's stayed in place. I haven't done this one-handed before, so I guess we'll soon see. But there's the SIM card. Now let's slot the battery on. Here's the phone with the big battery. As I said before, the smaller battery with it was just flush. It didn't stick up. Now let's turn her on and see how we go. Is the SIM card in the right spot? Yep, there we go. MNet, short for mobile net, which is what Telstra used to be called when I was a child. So, or at least their mobile system is called Telstra Mobile Net from memory. Now, the phone works, and it actually works really well. So, focus. Let's have a look. What we got at the top here is the power button. Now, I'll show you on this phone, which also works perfectly fine. This phone here, when I found this phone, it was in a leather case. This leather case. And that's protected this phone because all of the text is still on this phone. If you look at this phone, most of the text has come off. So let's see what buttons we've got. We've got the power button, which I used to turn it on. I know that newer models of Nokia phones, the power button was part of the end button. So we've got voicemail, A, B, C. I'm not actually sure what that button does. Menu, up and down. This is a memory button, and also seems to be the enter button for the menu. I'm not really sure what R stands for, although it might be redial actually. Oh, recall. Well, there we go. And clear, I guess that's what C stands for. Got our answer and hang up or send and end buttons. And we've got the keyboard. And unlike a new phone, and I'll just bring a new phone over to show you. This is just my cordless phone. If you ever look here on the newer phones, when you're sending a text message or when you're dialing based on a name, notice that the 7 has P, Q, R, S. And the 0 is just a space. The 9 has W, X, Y, Z. Well, if you look at the Nokias here, it's P, R, S on 7. W, X, Y on 9. And 0 has picked up the other characters. O, P, and Z. Sorry, O, Q, and Z. So I found that quite interesting. So, let's go back to this phone. Let's go through the menu. So, we've got menu. Memory options, messages, call divert, phone settings, security, etc. Let's say network select. Let's do a bit of a search. Now, it's found Mnet or MobileNet for Telstra, vPhone, I'm assuming that's Vodafone, but that's it. Now I'm assuming that Optus no longer has a 900 megahertz 2G network, but I could be wrong. I believe this would work with a Vodafone and a Telstra SIM card, but probably not an Optus one. So, let's make a call. Got the old pull-out antenna. Don't know how much this really made a difference, but there we go. Pull-out antenna going there. So, let's make a phone call. We'll call my message bank 101. Now, let's see if you can hear that. Now, I'm not sure what the microphone is, if it uses this one on the side of my iPhone or if there's one near the speaker, so let's do that as well. But hopefully you heard that. That was the call. So hang up. Now, if I use my desk phone here to call my mobile number, this phone will ring. One thing though is I don't want you seeing my phone number, so I'm just going to put something, just a bit of cotton in front of the phone number. There. The way you won't see my phone number when I call. So, let's dial my mobile phone, which has the SIM card in this old Nokia. So here we are, phone's ringing. Just turn the speaker down on my desk phone. So I've answered. And now you can hear my echo. So, here's my desk phone. And you should be able to hear me talk through the mobile. So, hopefully you can hear this test. And now, hopefully you can hear this through the mobile. So there, the phone's working. I've made, oh hang up. I've made a few, there we go, calls ended. I've made a few calls on this phone. It actually works completely fine. I expected there to be an issue. The only issue with it was that the battery didn't hold a charge. So when I made my own, it's absolutely fine. It even charges, and if you give me a second, I'll plug the charger in, and I'll even show you that. charging. And there we go. So this had, from what I can remember reading, this phone, this model of phone, was one of the very first GSM phones. It was the very first phone to have that Nokia ringtone as an option. Now this is pre-vibrate. The phone doesn't vibrate. You can send texts on it. You can receive texts, but with the 2 lines, it's a pain in the ass to use. But the cool thing is, this phone does work. So as long as there is a 2G GSM 900 megahertz network, this phone will still work. So it's 2015 now. I'm totally unsure how long that network will stay around, but as of now, it definitely works. It can send and receive calls. Hell, if I wanted to, I could use this as my everyday phone, provided I didn't need to use email. So the phone works. Probably be a bit hard to find accessories for it now, but there would have been, I presume, a car kit or something. It looks like there's probably a dock available to charge it. That's why there's the 2 contacts there. But there, it works, and I've got 3 of them. I do plan on selling this one and this one here. I've got more batteries in the garage. This is just what I was testing with. I might even make up some more good working batteries. But the other batteries, the original batteries from these, do actually work and do hold a charge, but they don't last very long. That's the reason I've made a better battery pack. This phone here, I'm keeping this phone. There's a website, I think, called Nokia Museum, where they've got some details on the older phones. And the photo of the Nokia that they've got looks like this. So I've actually got one in better condition than the Nokia Museum could find a photo of. So I definitely want to hold on to this thing. But these 2 will be for sale, and they both work. They both work the exact same. This is slightly better. This one here, you can see it's kind of gone a little more orange, and this one here is definitely the best. It's still white. So I guess it's kind of proof too that these old covers actually did something. So there you have it. I have quite a few more phones, so if you want to see some more information on some of my other Nokias, hopefully I'll get some videos made up and post them as well. So if you want, subscribe.